it going, guys? Today we're going to check out the top 10 lenses for budget filmmakers. Hey, did you finish the budget script? The budget what? The script for the budget film. Which budget film? The film about budgets? Oh, nah, I'm working on the budget. The budget for the budget film? Yep, nice. Now, all the lenses that we'll be looking at today are compatible with any camera mount. You can find the links to all of these lenses in the description below. Now, I've done a couple of videos like this in the past, but they've all been specific to one type of camera, and I wanted to make a full encompassing video where it does not matter what camera you own, all of these lenses will be great budget options for video filmmaking. Without any further ado, let's start off. So coming in at number 10 is the Rokinon Cine 14mm T 3.1 lens. This guy's coming in at $349, which for a very wide angle lens is not too bad. I have personally used the Rokinon / Samyang, they're kind of interchangeable, this line of lenses, and they make really high quality, affordable lenses. So coming in at number 9 is the Rokinon Cine 24mm T 1.5. Now this guy's a little bit more expensive at $499, but your T-stop is going to be even wider than what we just looked at T 1.5. What I've personally loved about using these more inexpensive cinema lenses is it gives you full control over your aperture and your focus, and it's declicked with little rings on there. So you can put a follow focus like I have mounted on my camera, and you can smoothly do focus pulls and even aperture pulls, aperture moves. You can very smoothly adjust the aperture, which is not at all possible with the kit lenses that come on most DSLR cameras. Now, if you want to save $100 off that last lens, coming in at number 8 is the Rokinon Cine 35mm T 1.5 at $399. Now, 35 is a little bit more zoomed in, but it will work with a full frame camera. Actually, all of the Rokinon Cine prime lenses will work with any full frame camera, which is pretty impressive. To find a lens that is this high of quality and under $400 is very impressive. Moving on to number 7 is the Canon EF 50mm f1.4. Now, this technically is built for Canon, but you can get mounts that will adapt it to other cameras if you would like. This guy's coming in at $279. I've personally used this lens for many years, and 50 is just a very nice and natural looking focal length. If you're shooting a face, it looks really realistic, and it's often used a lot for close-up shots. Unfortunately though, this lens does not have a declicked aperture. You can only control it through the camera, which means it's not going to be quite as smooth as the other lenses that we're looking at, but for $279, this is not a bad place to start. Coming in at number 6 is the Rokinon Cine 85mm T 1.5. This guy is $299. When I saw that, I was like, I need to have this lens, and I bought it about 2 years ago, and I still am just blown away at how impressive this lens is, because 85 is basically a telephoto lens at that point, and to have it at T 1.5, it has the shallowest depth of field of any lens that I've ever used. The image quality that you get out of it is pretty impressive and very close to the very expensive like cinema prime lenses that Canon makes or a lot of other high-end manufacturers make, which are several $1,000s per lens. And for Rokinon to have this 85mm T 1.5 under $300, it's going to instantly increase the cinematic quality of any film that you're making, and I just absolutely love it. Alright, no more Rokinon. I should mention that this video is not sponsored by anybody. These are just my thoughts of what lenses I actually use. Coming in at number 5 is the Sigma 18-35 f1.8 lens. This guy is $625. Now, I originally purchased this lens for my 80D, which I have a big asterisk on this one. It's only capable for using on APS-C size cameras. That means it has a cropped factor. If you were to shoot with this on a full frame camera, you will have a nice vignette going around the sides. I have, however, done a test with the Canon 1DX Mark II, which does do 4K with a 1.3 times crop, and that is just barely enough so you have almost no vignetting. So if you are planning to shoot in 4K on a camera that has a 1.3 times crop, this lens will work. Of course, this is a very popular lens to use on something like a RED camera, which is a cropped sensor camera. Sigma lenses are known for being built very well, like it's completely metal designs. It's going to last a very long time, and it's just very high quality glass. Unfortunately though, I have not used that lens as much as I would like to because of the limitations of the vignetting. Coming in at number 4 is the Sigma 24-70 f2.8 lens. This one is a little bit more expensive at $1,080, but for that range, and it is full frame. As a matter of fact, I am filming on the Sigma 24-70 f2.8 at this moment, so this is what this lens looks like. I personally really like this lens for that nice wide focal range, because you can get pretty wide shots, as I think we're at 24 or maybe at 30 millimeters right now, so you can get even wider than this, but then zoom in to 70, which is a great focal length. If you're shooting something live or possibly a documentary or something like that where you don't have time to be switching out lenses, zoom lenses are a great choice. But in this list, you'll see that we have mostly prime lenses due to their ability to be a little bit cheaper and to have nice shallow depth of field. 2.8 is really not too bad on this lens, and I've gotten some really fantastic bokeh, especially at 70 millimeters. So if you want to increase the quality of your images and have $1,000 to spend, this is definitely one of the lenses that I would recommend. Coming at number 3 is kind of a funky lens that I decided to just throw in here. It's the Mikai 8mm f3.5 fisheye lens. This guy is $175. Now 8mm, as you can imagine, is super wide, like super wide. With an aperture of 3.5 and the minimum focusing distance is pretty shallow, it's almost like a macro lens, and you can get some bokeh in the background with an 8mm lens, which is just crazy. And it's super affordable, because I'm assuming you're probably not going to always be filming on an ultra wide lens, but it's just handy to have for those shots when you want it, such as if you're doing like a real estate or an interior shot where you want to show everything. That's where an 8mm would be fantastic. For $175, it's definitely a good lens to pick up. Coming in at number 2 is the Canon EF 70-200mm f2.8L IS3 lens. This is $1,800. Once again, this is designed for Canon, but you can find the adapters to mount this onto any type of camera. Now, I've personally had the Mark II version of this for about 4 years, and it has constantly been one of my favorite lenses to use. Now, this lens is telephoto, so it's good for shooting things that are farther away, such as sports or wildlife. Now, $1,800 is pretty expensive for a budget filmmaker, but how I personally view camera and lens purchases such as this is it's really an investment in yourself, it's an investment in your career, or it's an investment in your business. So while it is a significant amount of money, you can use that to either further your personal development or get even higher paying clients that will like that more professional look. So in that note, coming in at number 1 is the Rokinon Zine Cine Lens Bundle. So Zine is Rokinon's professional cinema sort of lens collection. And what they basically do is they take the more inexpensive Rokinon lenses that we looked at before and put them in a heavier duty, completely metal case and have a little bit higher quality glass, but essentially they're very similar to the lenses that we just looked at. Now, this lens bundle, which you can find in the link below, includes the 14mm, 24, 35, 50, 85, and 135mm lenses. And it also comes with a custom cutout carrying case, like a rugged carrying case, all that for $9,000. Kind of a hefty price tag, but the reason I'm including it in this list of lenses for budget filmmakers is if you look at this exact same bundle coming from Canon, which they have a very well-known high-quality cinema style, which looks pretty similar to this. You can find comparisons online. The Canon version is like over $25,000 for this same set. So on that scale, this is a budget set of lenses. Anyways, I hope this video was helpful in maybe opening your eyes on some lenses that are budget, some more budget than others, but if you're tired of your current lens configuration on your camera, these are going to improve the quality of your videos. If you'd like to stay up to date on more camera and lenses and filmmaking information, I would highly recommend subscribing. Thank you for watching, and as always, don't forget to keep it pro.